What if the strongest chains are invisible? What if control today doesn't come from armies, but from narratives? And what if the greatest battle for Africa's future is happening inside the mind, before the borders, before the silence? There was us. This is Ancestral Forgotten History. Africa won political independence decades ago. The flags changed, governments have changed, but some thinkers argue that control didn't simply disappear, it evolved. Instead of armies and borders, the modern battlefield may now be information, narratives, and perception. Tonight, we explore a difficult question. Are some of Africa's deepest divisions physical or psychological? The power of media narratives. Media is one of the most powerful forces in the modern world. It shapes how societies see themselves and how the world sees them. Think about the global news cycle. When Africa appears in international headlines, the stories often focus on crisis, corruption, poverty, or conflict. These problems are real and should be reported. But if those are the only stories repeated again and again, something subtle begins to happen. Over time, narrative forms, a narrative that suggests Africa is defined mainly by struggle. But Africa is also a continent of innovation, creativity, culture, and resilience. The real question becomes, who decides which stories are amplified and which stories are ignored? Internalized inferiority. Colonial systems didn't only reshape economies and borders, they also influenced psychology. For generations, many education systems prioritized foreign histories, foreign philosophies, and foreign achievements. Meanwhile, African civilizations and intellectual traditions were often minimized or overlooked. When young people grow up learning that progress always comes from somewhere else, a quiet message can begin to form. A message that says, what is foreign is superior. What is local is secondary. This phenomenon is sometimes called internalized inferiority. It does not happen suddenly. It develops slowly through education, media, and repeated messaging. And once it takes root, it can influence how people view their own potential. The rise of online tribalism. Today, another challenge has emerged. Social media, digital platforms connect millions of Africans across borders, but they can also amplify divisions. Online, small disagreements can quickly become major conflicts. Tribal rivalries, national rivalries, and historical grievances spread rapidly. Algorithms reward outrage and controversy because those emotions generate engagement. As a result, unity becomes harder to build when conversations are constantly framed as us versus them. Why division matters. But here is the deeper question. Why does division matter so much? Because cooperation is one of the most powerful forces in economic and political development. When societies remain fragmented, politically, culturally, or psychologically, collective progress becomes more difficult. And when cooperation becomes difficult, opportunities are often lost. Unity does not mean uniformity, but it does mean recognizing shared interests and shared futures. Final reflection. Understanding these issues is not about blaming anyone, and it is not about anger. It is about awareness. The systems shaping perception today are complex. Media narratives, educational systems, online discourse, all of them influence how societies see themselves. The future of Africa will depend not only on resources or borders, but also on how Africans think, collaborate, and imagine their possibilities. If we want to build a stronger future, we must first question the stories shaping the present, because sometimes the most powerful chains are the ones we cannot see. This is an ancestral forgotten history. The past was written without us, but the future will be written by us. This is ancestral forgotten history. One Africa, one people,